Johnnie Walker, a broadcasting legend and beloved patron of the Essex-based Pharos Trust, has passed away at the age of 78. The news of his death came just 2 months after he announced his retirement from a remarkable 58-year radio career due to ill health. Tributes have poured in from across the broadcasting community and beyond, honoring his immense contributions to the world of music and radio. Bob Harris, Walker's colleague, and the current host of BBC Radio 2's Sounds of the 70s show, delivered the heartbreaking news live on air. Harris, visibly emotional, described Walker as an inspiration and a pioneer whose influence shaped the golden age of radio. Johnnie was more than a DJ. He was a guiding light for so many of us. Harris shared during the broadcast, a life at sea and on air. Johnnie Walker's storied career began in 1966 when, at just 21 years old, he joined Swinging Radio England. This offshore pirate radio station operated from a ship moored 4 miles off the Essex coast, taking advantage of a legal loophole to bypass the BBC's monopoly on the airwaves. Walker quickly became one of the standout voices of the pirate radio era, playing the latest 60s pop hits that the BBC was hesitant to embrace. These floating stations were instrumental in revolutionizing British radio, providing an alternative to the limited offerings of the time and capturing the spirit of a generation hungry for change. Reflecting on those early years, Walker often spoke of the camaraderie and defiance that defined the pirate radio movement. "We were outlaws with a purpose," he once said. "We believed in the music and the freedom to share it." His passion for music and his deep connection with his audience made him a household name. The Pharos Trust Connection. For over 2 decades, Walker served as a patron of the Pharos Trust, an organization dedicated to preserving maritime heritage and celebrating the legacy of pirate radio. The trust operates the historic ship LV-18, which played a pivotal role in pirate radio history and later hosted BBC Essex broadcasts. The LV-18, moored in Harwich, stands as a testament to the ingenuity and spirit of the pirate radio pioneers. The Pharos Trust expressed profound sadness at Walker's passing, acknowledging his vital role in their success. Johnnie's illustrious career intersected with the LV-18 during his many pirate BBC Essex broadcasts. The Trust's statement read, "Those broadcasts were a part of our foundation and paved the way for the success of our own projects." Tony O'Neill, chairman of the Pharos Trust, paid a heartfelt tribute to Walker, calling him an absolute icon. He recalled Walker's enthusiasm and generosity, saying, "We have some wonderful memories of Johnnie. He was always so supportive and passionate about our work. I know that the whole nation is reeling from this terrible news. Our thoughts go out to Tiki, his wife, and his entire family." The Trust announced plans to organize a special day of broadcasting in Walker's honor, highlighting his contributions to both the radio industry and maritime preservation. "It's the least we can do to celebrate a man who gave so much to so many," O'Neill added, "a legacy of innovation and integrity." Walker's career was marked by his refusal to conform to the status quo. After the Marine Broadcasting Offences Act of 1967 forced most pirate stations off the air, he joined BBC Radio 1, where he continued to champion new music and emerging artists. His honesty and integrity set him apart in an industry often driven by commercial interests. In the 1970s, Walker took a stand against the commercialization of radio playlists, famously refusing to play a record he believed was being promoted for the wrong reasons. This act of defiance earned him respect from listeners and colleagues alike, but also led to his temporary departure from the BBC. He spent the next several years in the United States, where he continued to build his reputation as a trailblazer in radio broadcasting. Walker returned to the UK in the 1980s and rejoined the BBC, hosting a variety of shows that showcased his eclectic taste and deep knowledge of music. From Sounds of the 70s to his Sunday afternoon program, Walker's broadcasts were a masterclass in storytelling, seamlessly blending music with anecdotes and reflections that resonated with his audience. Personal life and challenges. Beyond his professional achievements, Walker's personal life was marked by resilience and a deep love for his family. He shared a close bond with his wife, Tiggy, who supported him through the highs and lows of his career. Together, they navigated the challenges of Walker's health issues, which ultimately led to his retirement in 2023. Walker's openness about his struggles, including his battle with cancer in the early 2000s, endeared him to listeners who admired his courage and vulnerability. He often credited music and the unwavering support of his fans for helping him through difficult times. Remembering an icon. As tributes continue to pour in, it's clear that Johnnie Walker's impact extends far beyond the world of radio. Musicians, broadcasters, and fans alike have shared stories of how his passion and authenticity inspired them. Elton John, a longtime friend and admirer, described Walker as one of the true greats of British radio and a champion of artists who might otherwise have been overlooked. In Harwich, where the LV-18 remains a symbol of Walker's pirate radio roots, locals have begun organizing their own tributes. A candlelight vigil is planned at the ship's mooring, with fans expected to gather to celebrate the life of a man who brought joy and music into their lives. Walker's legacy is not just in the records he played or the shows he hosted, but in the way he connected with people. His voice, warm and unpretentious, became a trusted companion for millions over the decades. As Tony O'Neill aptly put it, Johnnie Walker didn't just play music. He made us feel it. Looking ahead, the Pharos Trust's planned day of tribute broadcasting will be a fitting celebration of Walker's life and career. It will feature recordings of his iconic shows, interviews with those who knew him best, and reflections on his enduring influence. As the nation mourns the loss of a broadcasting giant, one thing is certain: Johnnie Walker's voice will continue to echo in the hearts of those who loved him. His passion for music, his unwavering integrity, and his adventurous spirit have left an indelible mark on the world of radio and beyond.